hey man, I would advise you to not do it. You can lose your green card, and if you have citizenship through naturalization process, you can also be stripped of your citizenship and deported. Go look up the rules and law and regulations. That's one of the ways that you can be stripped of your citizenship. Everybody thinks that they can handle the pressure, right? Until you're locked in one of those interrogation rooms and the lights in there are so hot, it makes you want to tell on your mama. Welcome to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It's your host with the most. So this one that we're going to talk about was sent in by one of my subscribers, right? And I went and did a bit more digging to add facts to it so you don't get yourself in that same position as well. All right? I mean, on top about position like back shot. Anyway, this headline says, and I'm taking this straight from a Fox News site. So this headline says, green card scam thwarted by best sex ever text that arrived as immigration agent was reviewing phone, prosecutors say. All right, so you can imagine you're going through your green card process. You got married, right? You're going through your green card process, and next thing you know, here comes in the middle of your green card process, they took your phone and they're going through your phone, and then get pictures on and they're wondering, this is not coming from your significant other, so you're gonna have to have some explaining to do. Story goes like this: a Liberian soccer player attempt to trick U.S. immigration. You might want to listen to this because it's very important. A Liberian soccer player attempted to trick the U.S. immigration authorities into giving him a green card, and that plan backfired after an agent in Rhode Island, viewing the phone of the woman that is claiming to be his wife, saw an incoming message from another person thanking her for a wonderful night and the best sex ever, prosecutors said. Now you can imagine they came in and they had a picture on it, and the picture was not of him, and it came from a number where the name was listed. She probably had the person listed under their real name, and it wasn't him, right? So the person, this person now, this agent wants to know, like, are y'all in an open relationship? Does he really live with you? Like, what's the dealings? Because the grounds of his being able to stay here and get a green card is that he's married and he comes home every night, or if he work night shift, this is his primary place of residence. Watch how the whole plan unravels. Prince Mark Bowley, 30 years old, is now facing up to 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine after being convicted by a federal court this week of lying to immigration officials and providing false information on immigration documents, the U.S. Attorney's Office of the District of Rhode Island announced. Let me first say something. This is a definite deportation for him. He will not be in the United States of America. He's definitely going to do some prison time because he went all the way through with this marriage. It's a complete marriage. He's been living here for a while. Papers have been submitted that have been falsified, which has allowed him to stay here in the U.S. while his paperwork is being worked out. Then we hit a bump in the road. Check it. The steamy text message that sparked the investigation into his behavior came in June of 2017. Remember, that's the text message in June 2017. We're in 2019. I'm telling you, these people are very thorough and they won't let you know anything until that time comes. Watch this. When authorities were questioning the validity of the marriage, is it real? Is it fake? Are you guys doing a sham marriage? Because you know you can go to prison for this, right? I don't know if a lot of you know this, but doing fake marriages, you can go to prison in the U.S. for it. Matter of fact, me and the wifey went down to City Hall when we went to go get, I forgot what we went to go get, some paperwork so we can go to Jamaica. I think renew one of our passports or something like that, or a stamping or something. Whatever it was. Or we were going to take the kids with us and we had to go get their stuff notarized. And right there, there's a big wedding chapel. And right next to the dang wedding chapel where you get married, there's a big old sign. The sign is like this big. And the sign says, It's a sign of two people walking down the aisle, and make sure you're walking down. And it says walking down this aisle can end up having you walk down this aisle, and it shows a wedding aisle and it shows a prison aisle. Make sure your marriage is not a sham marriage, a scam, or a fake. And it says it right there in City Hall. And I said to Wifey, we both looked at each other like, damn, if I came here this morning to do that, and I saw that, and they married you standing right next to that doggone sign. So if I came and I saw that sign, I would have been scared already, right? Anyway, enough people have done it. They've gone through with it. They stuck to the program, right? And you get somebody that sticks to the program with you, and boom, bam, bang. I've even heard of people who did it and ended up being with the person that they married to get the paper with, like eventually being in a real relationship, even though it started out as, hey, do this favor for me and here's a $5,000 or whatever much they pay them, whatever. Anyways, this story, back to the story. The steamy text message that sparked the investigation into this behavior came in June of 2017, when authorities were questioning the validity of the marriage to a U.S. citizen that occurred a year earlier, the office said. So 2016 they got married, 2017 they were going through some investigations, took a phone, let me see your phone real quick. And boom. Now, steamy text message came through. They were questioning the validity of the message as his marriage to a U.S. citizen. The officer said Bowley was seeking a green card, and the woman he claimed to be his wife allowed an immigration officer to review her phone in hopes to make clear that the two truly were in love. So she allowed them to view see, this is when you think you're one step ahead of the game. All right, we're gonna put some pictures in here of us together in the park. You know, we're having a picnic, and then we go to the movies, and then we were out to dinner. This is us in bed. We're just Skyping with the family back in Nigeria, and you know, all kind of stuff, or wherever he's from. Make it look real. Did not count on when the man took. This is faith and destiny. You could not have planned this. All right. She got give away the pom pom last night, and then today now this man is thanking her for how she put it down. And it came in right when this man took the phone, and he's going through to see pictures of them together. You know, you're gonna keep your hubby pictures in your phone and whatnot, and boom, this message came through. So the steamy text message, I want to say text message sparked this investigation. The bride-to-be got caught trying to scam hotel with painfully obvious scheme. We thought she was having a psychotic break. That's a whole nother story. Watch this. Federal authorities arrest dozen over alleged use on U.S. immigration scam. So while the officer was going through messages on her device, he's going through messages on her device, her talking to him. You know when you're at work and you're like, damn, babe, I'm so tired. I can't wait to get off. What's for dinner today? They're looking for those intricate messages. Because if you are in a genuine relationship and it's a marriage, most men at work, if they're at work and working the night shift, or they come home late and wifey gets home way before you and that's her regular schedule, you're going to shoot messages like that. Hey, baby, you all right? All right, you home safe? Okay. You hungry? Did you eat? Man, I'm so hungry. I can't wait to get off. I'm tired. What's for dinner, babe? Them kind of something there. They're looking through your messages to see those, right? So while the officer was going through the messages on her device, a new one popped up. Bing! Dick pic. No. Complimenting her for the best sex ever. The Providence Journal reported the woman who was granted immunity. Because now people are saying, okay, so what if that pops up? It could have mean that they were in an open relationship. It could have mean that he knows who it is, and that's how their arrangements are. It's not illegal. It's how people choose to live their life, right? Nope. This is how it all went downhill from there. The woman who was granted immunity in exchange for testifying against Bowley then admitted to the agent to recently having sex with another individual, the officer said. People are going to say, okay, so she's a wife, but she's cheating. So if she's cheating on him, her husband, how is he at fault? And how would this affect his paperwork? Well, at trial, so there was a trial. At trial, the woman testified that her marriage to Bowley was a sham and that she married Bowley solely for the purpose of obtaining a green card. She even gave the whole rundown detail. The officer said she testified that she and Bowley did not live together and they never had a physical relationship. They had never consummated the marriage. He never got up in them goods. He didn't do nothing. But that Bowley did take steps to create a paper trail that he resided with her, doing such things like leaving some of his clothing over at her house. You know, if they're going to check your closet. And people are saying, I didn't think they still did that. Yeah, they do. They can pop up like out the blue random hours where you would think that a spouse would be home. And even if you're not home, just let me have a look through the house real quick just to see what it, and they're going to look and see, okay, you cooked dinner, but no dinner, no share with your husband, and no leftovers. All right, that's kind of suspicious because most wives that cook dinner, they're going to leave something for their husband, whether it's wrapped up in the microwave or it's in the fridge and him can microwave it when him come home. Or you go in the closet, it's a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment. Clothing is stored in the closet, right? Where's the male clothing in here? It's all female clothing. What you gonna tell them, that your husband is a cross-dresser and he likes only female clothes? Because if they come in there and they find only female clothing, big red flag. No man lives here, right? So he took steps. He even made sure that some of his mail were sent to her address. So he's receiving mail at this address. His clothing can be seen at this address, and he frequents this address. Like, go there and leave, but he never stays there. Prior to coming to the U.S., she said, Bowley made an appearance with Liberia's national soccer team in a 3-0 loss to Angola during their failed bid to qualify for the 2014 FIFA World Cup. So a big ball up on a professional level. In December that year, the officer says Bowley was introduced to a Rhode Island woman by his niece that lives in the U.S., who at a later date, on behalf of Bowley, asked the woman if she would marry him in order for him to obtain a green card and legal status in the U.S. Bowley is right now, as we speak, is scheduled to be sentenced. He is being held without bail. He is in confinement. Cha-ching, he's in a prison somewhere, and he is scheduled to be sentenced on November 7th. And he is facing up to 5 years. His current location, they will not reveal it to the media, and also a $250,000 US fine. Now let's be honest. Let's say two things here. Let me put this computer back over here. So $250,000 US fine, right? I highly doubt they're going to be able to get that kind of a money from him. But that prison time that he's looking at, the max of 5 years, I'm thinking he might not serve the whole 5 years, but then again, they might, under this administration, make an example out of him. So you come here, you do 5 years in prison, and you get sent back to where you come from with a bar to never return to this place again. All right? Now, here's the thing for people who are not born here, but you're naturalized citizens. I would advise you to not get into any kind of a plan like this with anybody. First of all, if you're a green card holder and you think you're going to marry someone else, people have done it. You think you're going to marry someone else so you can get them into the country as well, your green card would be so quickly revoked. This is one of the grounds for green card to be revoked. This is also one of the grounds for your citizenship to be revoked if you are not born here. Remember, if you're born in the U.S., they can't send you anywhere else. Just like if you're born in Jamaica or anywhere else, that country cannot deport you to anywhere else. Deportation means sending someone back to the country of their birth, right? Or the country of their loyal citizenship from birth, which is where you were born. So your goose is cooked. If you have a green card, don't do it. I would advise you to not do it, period. But sometimes, you know, money exchanges hands and people are living in situations where they think, yo, this is a lot of money, a $5,000 up front or $10,000 up front, and all I have to do is just pretend we're together until your paperwork goes through. We can do that by defrauding the government or the immigration authorities. To conspire to bring someone into the country illegally, you will be out of here. All right? Tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comment in the comment section below. It's SouFLoTV, man. I'm out. Peace.